Alright. It's like... By the way, all these, I want to get everybody else's up to where everything needs to be unlocked later. So, we got her and him. And Ryoko. Ryoko's gonna straight jack us up. Let's do more of this. Wait. But I feel like I shouldn't do more of this. Because where this is going, I feel like once this is the first area though. There's gonna be second areas. Yeah, because that's just the first area. That has to be a second area. Let's do more story. We're behind on the story, so I think we gotta stay 1-to-1 with everything. Part of me doesn't want to do his yet, because it's gonna lead to something. I don't want to do hers yet, because hers will probably lead to something. So I'm stuck between hers and his. Let's get you out the way. Renya Gouta. He's just doing this naturally. A few weeks earlier, found out. Mom, me.
What do you think you're doing, Goto-kun? I believe I told you using the gate is prohibited.
Chihiro. And this is the little girl that grows all the way up, bro.
Tell me, Miss Morimura, is history one of your better subjects? I have some theories myself. I'd like to know if they're accurate. For example, the true location of the lost nation of Yamataikoku.
What?
And the truth behind the Hinoji incident. How Oda Nobunaga really died. Unfortunately, my paper in middle school was bound to the failures of our historians. In theory, I could update it into a full report. In theory, at least. A shame that the gates are locked to specific points in time.
What are you really working towards?
Unlocking all the gates.
It's simple.
Complete.
I want to know the truth.
Exactly. Yamatoku. So what is it?
Are you all right? This isn't like you.
That implies an understanding of what is like me. Or at least, that you believe you understand me.
That's not the point. You need to stop using the gate.
So is the gate
I'm going to seal
manipulating
this place
him?
off.
So every time they time travel, it messes with their heads.
Sounds like you've got something to hide.
I don't know what you're...
Wait. Perhaps a personal notebook seems a bit archaic.
An island for myth or
But
something?
it does present certain
I think
advantages.
Atlantis got it.
Digitized data can be altered, fabricated, falsified.
Correct.
No intelligent person should trust it. But you already know that, don't you?
Because Miss Morimura is from the future. Sort of.
You are acting strange, after all.
I hardly think you're in a position to talk. If anyone's changed, it's you. I can only wonder why.
What are you?
Bro, them
Miss Morimura, my question is, who exactly are you?
But not Thickums. But you're supposed to be Chihiro. Chihiro Morimura. AKA Iori. There's some BS out the... You see why my... Bro, it's like I took a break. Bro, this dude starts out with the... Right? And he been... And what's crazy is this sucker has been helping us in the mech battles. He's won the 13. Like, I was like here saying like he's supposed to be like the team captain, like the dude that be over all of us, but he sounded more like a villain. And the way she's talking about the gates, it's like the more you use the gates, it's gonna jack you up. And then when she was with Ryoko, and when she had talked to Yuki, like she wanted to give that girl some medicine too. The nurse is sus. Bro, I was about to say. Oh, oh, no. Oh, crud, no. Dog, this game gotta stop, bro. It gotta stop. Give me 1 second. Give me a snack. This game gotta stop. So there are 2 of them, not 1. There's 2. That's some BS. This legit some BS. You need to instantly bro, no problem. No problem. Unless the game locks me out. If it locks me out, we gotta go to the next one. Man. Now we're in 2104. I think I was part of my 40-year jump. Victims!
So, did the scout unit have anything for us?
And that's the sucker that made a
This is
Sentinel.
a total loss. The automated
Sucker,
factories.
this little sucker, that whole lab looking like and what the sucker from the Red Ribbon Army from Dragon Ball Z, Dr. Jiro. It's the set.
Are all running at full capacity. They're mass producing kaiju.
Bro, where my crud at? Sucker. So wait a second. So not only did this little midget built the Sentinels, he also built the and here I thought they were aliens. Sucker, all this was man-made. I don't understand that. All these suckers working together. Bro, and all of this is inside one game. What the crap? So we're in the future, Bro, doesn't this look like an android skeleton? Why are you so fine? Dang!
Hey, getting used to everything?
The technology itself isn't so different from 40 years ago. The real surprise was finding that it's all been integrated into one unified system.
You sure don't seem like someone from your time.
Are these suckers making clones of the suckers from the past? Or making them into...
How are things looking?
About like we expected.
Naturally.
All the nuclear plants are stable. Seems like it's the same for other countries too.
Defensive
stop
measures. They want to ensure
stop
nothing
moving.
interrupts production.
You sure don't seem like someone from your time.
So, these factories...
These suckers got
are
that
they
Persona
particularly
5 drip.
large?
It's more about how they got totally automated. That was back in 2080. They started functioning as part of a network instead of individual units.
A worldwide network comprising 1.2 billion factories. All fully integrated and synchronized.
Huh.
Based on a client's request, the computer designs a blueprint. From there on, everything is fully automated.
Wait a second. You know how everybody in the future is the adult versions of all the kids? So what if that's them all grown up, right? And yeah, and then something happens on each of the routes to try and change, but my freaking head hurts. What the crud, bro? It don't make sense.
Assembly,
I need a
production,
red
even
board. I need a
cost-effective
board.
ordering of parts. The human element was no longer necessary for those processes.
So it's a
Poco, you're...
manufactory that can mass produce anything on a global scale.
They all function as part of a unified global manufacturing network. By its protocols, all 1.2 billion factories worldwide remain in automatic, perpetual production. And their sole output are these mechanized kaiju.
Fine, and that's the nurse.
The D-forces.
We checked on the plants in Kolkata and Chennai. Since they're the largest plants of this era and all, their production rate has doubled over the last 3 days.
Just like last time. The timing matches up too.
Not long now. They'll make their move soon.
Morimura-san, regarding my home time, that is, the year 2064, you're certain we'll face a similar attack?
We don't have long until they appear in 2064. That much
And we're in 2104.
we know. It'll be just like last time.
The loop.
No, not quite. This time, we have the Sentinels.
True.
So, they mass produce the kaiju. But if you didn't make the kaijus, what? So, if they make the kaijus, they're destroying their own. They're making this is the Shiwanawa suckers. These are the suckers that kidnapped the kids, the 13 kids. These are the suckers that also made the Sentinel. Why would you make the kaijus? And then you want the Sentinels to fight the kaijus to save the world from being purged. It just don't make sense.
Anything on your end?
Loosely speaking.
We managed a partial data dump from the underground mainframe. Gouta-kun?
It's an archived news report concerning a certain scandal. More important, though, is its date of recording.
1945?
When's the data from?
The year 2188. In other words, far in the future. Even more so than our current temporal position, 2104.
Let's see it.
Future scandal is in the thought cloud. I want to see you. Hey, yo.
Before dawn on the 20th, 8 Newman Inc. executives were taken into police custody.
Okay.
Charged with human trafficking and illegal cloning.
Cloning.
Their established motive was to tamper with human memory.
The drugs.
Authorities consider this an organized effort and are pursuing further charges. Mind-hacking crimes have been on the rise in recent years.
I think this is what's causing everybody to get jacked up.
By exploiting nanomachines such as interlocutors, malefactors can overwrite stored memory information in cerebral synapses.
That's the drugs, the mind-wiping
This
drugs.
technique has recently been used to enable other associated offenses. These arrests come after a string of similar cases, including culprits criminally downloading memories onto another body. Evidence suggests these are attempts at a kind of technological reincarnation. And we've already seen more than 460 arrests connected to this practice.
So every time Ryoko took those drugs, the nanites were jacking up her memory.
A log concerning the scandal involving Newman Inc. The report is dated 2188. Some of their executives were taken into police custody. The crime in question was apparently attempting to use nanotechnology to, in theory, take over physical bodies.
I didn't know it was even possible to download memories.
The crime apparently occurred in June of 2188.
Ida-kun.
Yeah, I'm a Gucci.
That's not all. Let him finish.
Regarding this Newman, I found one more log that could be relevant. This report is from March, about 3 months prior to the other log.
A merger.
Newman Inc., the tech giant known for interlocutors, has been acquired by Shikishima through a takeover bid.
Shikishima.
Shikishima's CEO had this to say.
Nanotechnology has made leaps and bounds over the 22nd century. Now, even the human body can operate with all the power of a supercomputer.
What the?
Interlocutors have paved the way for humanity's next step in evolution.
What the crap?
For any one of us, all it takes is a thought. And
Like
we can have
Lucy.
the world itself at our
Know that
fingertips.
movie Lucy?
With the brilliant minds at Newman driving our nanotech business, we look forward to a brighter future for Shikishima and all our affiliates.
Yo, okay, this
With
got
this
stopped.
acquisition, Shikishima now sits among the top 3 in global market share of interlocutors.
Bro, this is just like Lucy. Lucia, by the end of the movie, unlocked 100% of her brain. She essentially almost pretty much became God. And you're telling me these suckers is now trying to take humankind into the next step of evolution? I think somewhere in this game, while we were playing, they had talked about eternal youth. Was that part of their grand scheme of thing? I can't remember.
3 months prior to the Newman Inc. incident, Newman was acquired by the conglomerate Shikishima. With these interlocutors, apparently some kind of nanomachine information technology, they've become one of the world's top megacorps.
He moves quick.
They kept talking about those interlocutors. You think that's the nanomachines inside our own bodies?
Most likely.
So Shikishima's at the heart of this, too. At least we know we weren't wrong. This all began in the future after all. Still, 2188. 2104 is the furthest we can shift into the future.
Ah.
It's a shame, but I don't think we can verify this ourselves.
So, they can only go but so far.
I think we should drop this lead for now. Better to focus on protecting Gotokun's hometown instead.
Maybe so. We're almost out of time, so we'll need to
Why
move
does this
quickly.
guy look just like him?
Best to return to the school in the year 2064. We'll need the cooperation of the other two compatibles.
Gotokun, we should focus on putting the Sentinels through the combat sims. I hope you can join me.
Sure.
Final battle a few weeks earlier, destroyed city.
My apologies, Miss Morimura. Making arrangements in 1985 proved somewhat difficult. I'm sorry we've had to remain here the past few days.
Not much we can do if it's an emergency.
And that child is the Miss Morimura, you know, the one with the fine behind.
I have to ask. Was it absolutely necessary to dress me up like this?
Does it bother you? Considering the age you appear, well, it struck me as the most inconspicuous choice. You're not having trouble walking, are you, Miss Morimura?
You should probably just call me Chihiro. Otherwise, we'll seem suspicious in public.
Okay, Chihiro.
And this is 2025.
Better drop the san, too.
Oh my god.
Honestly, I'm surprised you were able to find me at all.
A certain data log helped. I found records that your mind had been transferred.
Mind transfer.
Into the young child standing before me.
Ah, so their mind can transfer.
This body is a
So just like Kaitaro's, his mind got transferred into BJ. So it's probably the same thing with her.
juvenile clone of me.
So basically like a nobody from Kingdom Hearts. Juvenile clone.
I ran an experiment to see if I could restore my compatibility. It turned out to be a failure. That's why I sealed my memories.
This compatibility.
What?
That'd be the ability to control the gate and the Sentinels?
You need compatibility to control the mainframe. I was once compatible myself. But after everything got rewound, I lost that power.
What the crud?
Maybe it's hard for you to see how crucial that ability is. But you'll understand soon enough.
We don't know. She's making herself sound like she's a clone.
What's going on with my actual body?
She's acting like a completely different person.
Iori.
My theory is that someone's taken control of her.
You're saying she got mind hacked?
She's clearly behaving very differently.
See how deep this thing goes?
It seems like she's working against the Sentinel project. It's like she's been influenced by 426.
And that must be the nurse then, like...
Or the man himself may just be wearing her face.
That certainly explains why you woke me up. Not much to go on, though. Either way, we'll have to do some more investigation.
And they say all this is
it's been
supposed to make
quite a while
sense.
since my memories were sealed. 5 whole years.
Lilo and Stitch crossover.
And now 4 sectors have gone dark. Talk about a rude awakening. First, you'd better catch me up on major developments in the last 5 years.
Easy enough. Hardly comfortable surroundings for a briefing, though. I'll explain over in 1985.
1985. And that's where they jumped to then. A few more weeks earlier. UFO
That should do it for
Why
preparations.
is he pale?
Now, let's see if the biometric authentication works. This refers to the humans who can control the UFO's mainframe. Those compatible have nanomachines implanted in their bodies.
What? I feel like I'm not smart enough to understand this.
Did it go through?
Y'all got chairs in the future?
Looks like that got me past the initial barrier, at least. Now, with Miss Murray-Mura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs. Found it.
More video playback.
One of the logs she left behind.
How fine does she look?
Today's date
Dang!
is March 2nd, 2100. Well, I guess there's no point in putting a date to these logs. I've probably got 4 years left until the invasion begins. I ran an experiment on my clone.
So it is
I
a
wanted
clone.
to see if I could make her more compatible. I had more than enough data stored in Sector 0. She would have had all my memories. However, I could not establish compatibility in the clone.
Ah.
No more than I could in myself. Maybe there really is no way we can survive this. Not even Ida-kun knows about this experiment.
And that's Amaguchi.
I've kept this attempt secret from everyone. The memories I implanted in the clone have been sealed. I left her in 1940 under the Miura family's care.
What?
She'll be able to grow up as her own person. Someone separate from me.
So
Until they invade, at least.
That methodology sounds familiar. Was she basing this project off of those memory overriding crime reports? All in an effort to achieve compatibility? So compatibility isn't just a matter of differences in the nanomachines.
what?
There's more.
There's more?
This file looks like the last thing recorded.
How much? Final log.
Ida-kun didn't make it back either. The
Amaguchi.
remaining Sentinels are infected. No good to us. We're running out of options. We'll have to resort to Operation Aegis.
And Aegis is the nuke.
If we go that route, we'll be risking the future of humanity itself. How do I make the call on a decision like that? But I don't know how else he and I can survive this.
Juro.
This is my only chance.
Gotta be Karabe. I mean Izumi.
Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Murray-Mura has been pushing this operation as one of its fiercest
So the Sentinels got infected. That's why they can't use it. But why even do the kaijus then in the first place?
supporters. The final log that Chihiro Morimura left on the UFO. She speaks at length on Operation Aegis. Her goal is that he and she would ultimately survive, even at the cost of humanity's future. The question is, who is he?
Izumi.
Oh,
Anything else?
That's puzzling. There's a log registered under my name. As far as I know, I've never recorded anything like this.
Oh boy. Goto's log.
Renya Gouta speaking.
What? So the old man is... Yo, I'm gonna take a break once we're done with prologue. Just a tiny one. Just get caught up.
Did you confirm receipt of payment? Then I'm sure you can see to the details. Am I clear? I want her dead. Any means necessary. Execute her. And stop the project. That's not my problem. It's in your hands now. Do you realize what'll happen if her project gets approved?
Project Arc,
right? It could ruin everything we've worked for. You know what must be done. Kill Chihiro Morimura.
I figured that.
Was that really me? That man was a Shikishima executive from the year 2188. Is that supposed to be my future? Seems like a private communications log.
This doesn't make sense.
The other person on the line wasn't recorded. But it's clear enough what they're talking about. That was an assassination order on Chihiro Morimura. Which I seem to have called in.
What is going on, bro? In the prologue, I take it. I figured that. Gota's prologue cleared. Bro, we can't go no further with him.